everyone, welcome to Culture on I-24 News. I'm Oded Grober, and today a lovely show for you. Mozart's magic flute finds its way to Israel's southern city of Dimona. Model Moran Atias tries her hand at business. And the upcoming reshuffle in the world of late-night talk shows. Let's begin, though, with some cultural headlines. The Golden Globe nominees were announced late last week, and a few categories hold some surprises. If you're one of the many fans of Modern Family or The Big Bang Theory, two of the regulars in the television comedy category in recent years, you are about to be disappointed. The two shows are not nominated this year, and instead, surprises like Jane the Virgin or Amazon's Transparent fill the category. Israeli film Get, the trial of Vivian Amsalem, is getting closer and closer to the Oscars, being nominated in the foreign film category alongside Russian favorite Leviathan and Estonia's first ever nominee, Tangerines. It's worth noting that in the last 4 years, the winning film in the category went on to win the Oscar as well. Last but not least, Hagai Levy's new show, The Affair, that is airing on Showtime, is nominated for 3 Golden Globes, including Best Television Drama, Best Actor, and Best Actress. The Golden Globes are given out by the Hollywood Foreign Press Association, and the 72nd award ceremony will be held on January 11th and hosted by Tina Fey and Amy Poehler. And Bill Cosby broke his silence on Friday, talking to the New York Post. The comedian declined to directly address the allegations of rape and sexual abuse, and instead chose to lecture the media on the importance of neutral reporting. Cosby said that he would expect the African-American media in particular to remain impartial. The comedian announced his wife is standing by him and stated that love and the strength of womanhood had helped him deal with the controversy. While Cosby and his lawyers still deny the allegations and condemn the so-called media frenzy, LA police recently began investigating the case, so it appears that this is far from over for Cosby. Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart's 1791 opera, The Magic Flute, made its way to Israel's southern city of Dimona last week in a well-intentioned production with the participation of the local community. While the performance was an overall success, some audience members felt that unnecessary racial tension found its way to the stage. Daniel Campos has the story.
Dimona is a city 36 kilometers south of Beersheba. It's famously known for its tough absorption of new immigrants from North Africa and the Middle East. Those who moved here had to learn to survive under the most severe conditions of extreme heat and government neglect. The city is also famous due to its nuclear reactor, and let's not forget the Mordechai Benunu scandal. Since 1969, the city is the home of the Black Hebrews. They call it the spiritual center of the world. Since their arrival, the city has slowly began to be associated with music, thanks to their gospel, funk, and soul. Now the young ones in the community are becoming involved with opera. This week we took a trip to the city to attend a co-production of Israel's Ministry of Culture along with professional singers from the Israeli opera who came from Tel Aviv to perform Mozart's Magic Flute along with local talent. The process for this performance to become real took months of preparation and rehearsals. For some of the children, it's the first time they perform this type of music.
Yeah, it's a new kind of music for me, but I like the way it sounds. It's a nice high-pitched voice, how they sing, I love it though.
Professional actors who made their trip from Tel Aviv also enjoyed working with the kids.
If you look at the guys doing their flips, it's pretty amazing. And it's really fun to perform with new people, with kids. They're curious, it's new talent.
The event also had the social agenda of making opera available to everyone.
The art form itself is bigger than life, and that's why sometimes people will take a distance from it. But we think that once you're in it, everyone can relate to it.
It's new, it's amazing. I just like it.
This performance of the magic flute wasn't trying to make mistakes, neither a parody, but a full-on adaptation of the opera performed in Hebrew.
My talent is flipping and dancing.
Mine's flipping, dancing, and I'm getting a little to sing, a little.
The distribution of the roles created a sense of awkwardness among some in the audience. Some did not like the idea of separation based on skin color.
The way they had the actors, it was like our actors. They had most of the actors in pretty dresses, like the Israeli actors, but they had our actors in rags.
These talented musicians and professional opera singers have guided the children in preparation for 3 consecutive concerts. With discipline, these young men and women have proven again that Dimona is a city of talented youth, a beautiful mosaic that sparks different colors.
Many supermodels around the world find themselves on TV or film when they leave the runway, but the wealthiest models are those who go on to start their own business ventures. Israeli top model and actress Moran Atias is attempting to join that list. Here's the story by Channel 2's Jonathan Riegel.
Shira, I love the idea, it's beautiful. Sometimes the optometrist examining your eyes is uncertified.
Starting a new career as an optometrist?
As an optometrist, no, because I don't have a license and I'm uncertified.
In terms of numbers, when you compare this to being a presenter?
Millions. This room is not big enough for all the suitcases of money.
No, but is it a significant jump to become a business partner?
What do you want me to say?
Moran Atias is no longer just a presenter. She's a business partner. The actress and model decided to cross the lines from show to business in the new optic company Toptika, delve into business models and become a partner with holding shares in the company.
I feel less risk here, unlike a product I have no control over, a product I'm not involved in. And actually, it's safer in this case.
How much were you involved in business decisions?
We are still in early days.
But how involved are you?
I'm hoping as much as possible. Look, the partners are standing here.
Maybe it helps to start off when you don't have to pay an expensive presenter full fees.
We don't work for free. This wasn't the reason, since we're looking at long-term effects. Sure, it helps in the beginning.
Bar Rafaeli did it before Atias.
In cases like Bar Rafaeli or Moran, the risk is not high for the presenters themselves, because they really have, how can I describe that, a halo over their heads.
I have no doubt they do not share the losses. They're not like regular shareholders. They are a preferred partner, sharing in profits only.
Do you know how much money you have in your checkings account?
No.
You don't know what's in your checking account?
No. It doesn't really interest me.
But you are involved, let's say, in the budgeting of the campaigns.
Of course.
The presenter provides his picture or voice for a radio campaign, and that's it. He disappears. When you become a partner in a company, you're part of the firm. You need to visit the stores, show a lot of presence.
This kind of thing may be new in Israel, but these things started in the US, of course.
A very famous example is, of course, Michael Jordan, that is much more than just a Nike presenter. There's a shoe brand in his name, Air Jordan. Michael Jordan became the first billionaire athlete. He makes more than $60 million a year only from the shoes. When Michael Jackson was at his peak, he became a partner in the giant music firm Sony and by himself held the distribution rights for most of the Beatles songs, valued at about $65 million a year. And back to the Israeli show business, here businessmen are not quick to partner up with stars and celebrities. Only a few get the call.
It's a very small, exclusive niche in the industry.
The lifespan of a talent is not always very long. And in that time, they must maximize their profits to gather financial resources. Is it the thought about life after the modeling and acting career dies out?
Not after. I don't think about it like that. I think actually it's going to help me. My decision wasn't only financial.
But also...
Sure, I must also make a living. My dream is that my entire family will have no problems to take vacations, have fun. So my mother doesn't have to work from dusk to dawn.
In just a moment, we'll hear about the game of musical chairs that the hosts of late night talk shows are playing. But first, our cultural recommendation for the day.
Artists from around the world are displaying their paintings, sculptures, and photographs at the first Yango Biennale in different locations around Kinshasa in the Democratic Republic of Congo, with works exploring the theme of progress to provide inspiration. This first Yango Biennale deals with expressive features of Congo, a true source of motivation, a waterfall of ideas and concepts for artists worldwide. The exhibition will present creations by 20 internationally renowned artists, and many local ones as well, showcasing local art to make it more accessible to the people of the Congo.
And now Gabi Tartakovsky is here joining me in the studio to tell me who we're going to watch in the following months. There's a lot of action happening.
There's a lot of action. We're going to see a lot of old faces and a lot of new faces, but in different shows. First of all, this week is Stephen Colbert's last week
on the
as
Colbert
the host
Report.
Of the Colbert Report.
Wow, that's sad.
That's very sad. He's made such a tremendous way. He's replacing David Letterman, who is retiring. It's very interesting to see that this entire generation of old TV show hosts like Letterman and Leno stepping down. Letterman's final show is on May 20th. And we have the last guests of the Colbert Report. He's got quite a lineup, including Seth Rogen this week and Kendrick Lamar. And
Wait. So you're saying that Letterman's getting off the air
on May 20th.
On May. And do we know if Colbert is going to jump into that seat like the next day? Or?
No. It's gonna take a while, and Colbert is taking some time off to retool the Late Show on CBS as he desires to. Colbert has made a wonderful twist. We've already been accustomed to satire on late night TV. It became much more political than it used to be. Now, Colbert's spiel, if you will, was just playing the right-wing fanatic who is this die-hard Republican, which we know he's not.
Yeah.
But he was able to get so much more from his guests just by pretending he is a conservative freak.
It's something that's been done before, hosting a show in character. But I think in recent years we haven't seen it so much, and especially not in this combination of politics, entertainment, comedy.
It's the complete opposite of Jon Stewart, where Colbert initially began as a correspondent. Jon Stewart, God bless him, wears his heart on his sleeve. He's a liberal. He plays no phony tricks when it comes to tackling today's hot topics.
And he became one of the most important voices, I think, in America, certainly in liberal America.
Definitely. Most teenagers in America actually get their news fix from the likes of Jon Stewart and Stephen Colbert. They don't watch Meet the Press or Face the Nation or 60 Minutes. They
we can also, the fact that so many stars started with the Daily Show just shows us how popular it is. Colbert being one of them, and now
John Oliver.
And John Oliver.
John Oliver is really took off. I predict he will win the Emmy next year, and not Colbert, who got this award this year as a final
years of Daily Show winning.
Exactly. So John Oliver is really unique because he tackles just one issue per program, whereas Colbert and Stewart have multiple segments in which they take on. Replacing Colbert is another former Daily Show correspondent, Larry Wilmore.
Oh, I love Larry Wilmore.
Yes. He'll be hosting the Minority Report. Obviously, he can't host the Colbert Report, but he's taking on a different angle, the Minority Report. Wilmore is an African American, so that might explain the show's title and angle. He'll be taking on in January, and Jon Stewart will be serving as a co-executive producer. So Jon Stewart takes care of his former employees.
Yeah, certainly does. No question about it. What else? I mean, we have Larry Wilmore then exchanging Colbert. We have Colbert sitting in for Letterman. Letterman, God knows what he'll do.
Yeah, I'm expecting a very interesting memoir from Letterman. I mean, because he's seen everything.
Yeah. I'm sure that'll be a fun read. Gabi, thank you so much.
Thank you.
We end today. We're out of time, unfortunately. But in the spirit of Gabi's segment, we end with a video from The Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon. With the help of Steve Carell, they brought us this barbershop quartet cover of Marvin Gaye's Sexual Healing. Here it is. Enjoy.
Let's get down tonight. Baby.